Hey there, crafters. It's Denise Simpson at Crafty Dendy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Southern California. And I'm here on this beautiful February morning to talk to you about the celebration and to make a fun card. Well, a beautiful card. Celebration is kind of winding down. I am fairly new to Stampin' Up! So I understand that previously on Sale-a-Bration that it ran for 3 months, and this year it is only January and February, so it means it's almost over. And in case you don't know, the way this works is if you place an order, make a purchase in either of the other two catalogs, then you can earn items from this catalog for free, like this paper, the donkeys. And if you check back on the other videos, I've done videos with some of those. I love this ombre paper. But what we're going to be using today is the Touch of Ink set. And that is free with a $100 purchase. And here are some ideas for it. But let me show you what we're going to make today. We are going to make this. And I don't want you to miss out because, like I said, we're coming up on the end of it. So if there's something in that catalog that you're like, oh, I really want to get that, I'm going to wait till March. Guess what? You can't get it in March. So you just need to think about getting it now if you want to do it. And you know what? If you're not into the stamps that this comes with, you can use this design for something else. So I think you'll still enjoy the tutorial for making this card. But this is what you get for the Touch of Ink. Now these are printed smaller. Okay, they're printed at 65%, but you get sentiments, best wishes, thank you so much, hope, thinking of you, love, hello friend. This is so useful. And it's a two-step stamp. You can stamp the hummingbird, and then it doesn't fill it in perfectly. It's almost like a watercolor brush with it. But I like to color it. So here are the flowers. The next video, we're going to do a card with the butterfly. Real simple. But this was, pardon me, so easy to color. And I'll show you exactly what we did. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Let me set this aside. We're going to start with our card base, which is now basic white, no longer whisper white. Basic white was a full sheet, cut in half, scored it in half. All right, so there we have our card base. And then I took another piece of the basic white at 4 by 5 1/4. So as you can see, this is just a little bit smaller than this would be. And I ran it through the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine on the Old World paper. Now, like I said, I'm new, so I don't have a lot of embossing folders. So I tried to choose one that would be useful, and I use this so much. But isn't that cool? You just put it in there, close it up, run it through the machine, and it makes such a beautiful background for many different things. You'll see, I use that a lot. Another one of the things that I use a lot, and it's what we use for this part, is the Hippo and Friends die. And I know you might think, Hippo and Friends, I don't see a hippo there. But let me open this up and show you what you get in Hippo and Friends dies. This is such a versatile set. You've got these layering labels here, labels there, and then these go along with the stamp set. We've got the hippo, the lamb, the unicorn. But this, I think we used the big one for this one today. Let's see. Let me bring it over here. Yeah, so, and it's stitched. Can you see that? I use this so much. If you watch my videos, it's like, it's really, really versatile. Turn it over without dropping it. There we go. Hippo and Friends dies. So you might want to think about that one. And I showed you the catalog. here's our hummingbird. All right, let me tell you, I stamped him, I fussy cut him, and now I'm not going to make you watch me color, but I will tell you what I used. Move that over. To color, I used Misty Moonlight, dark and light. Remember the Stampin Blends come in a pair, so you get a light and a dark. So Misty Moonlight, light and dark. And then also used Seaside Spray, light and dark. And there is no right or wrong to this. You can see and it comes out looking different. Isn't it cute? All right. So that's what I did to color it. These are alcohol markers. So I first stamped with Memento Tuxedo Black, because that's what you want to use with your alcohol markers. And then I colored it in, and then I just fussy cut it out. No big deal. All right, well, let's go ahead and stamp this. I did want to show you what I did on this. So you get, if you don't have one of these squishy matte things, you can get, you know, a magazine or something, because these are, the stamps are photopolymers. They're not the red rubber. All right, photopolymers. So let's get started on this. Let me grab a piece of scratch paper. So that we can, let's see, what should I start with? I'm going to start with the flower. So here's the flower. I'm going to take my Memento. I find it easier to take the stamp pad to the stamp on some of these. And you can tell if it's inked up well. All right, and I'm going to put it, whoops, I'm going to put it under that. Kind of straighten it up a little. And I'm thinking like there. ABC, 1, 2, 3. There we go. All right, I think I smudged that a little bit, but it's going to be okay. Clean this with my chamois. Simply chamois. Great way to clean the stamps. All right, and then I have the little dots. Put the lid on my ink. And we're going to do those little dots in Misty Moonlight. And we're going to stamp them on here and then stamp it here. Oh, you know what? I better go ahead and put the thinking of you so I know where my dots will fit. All right, and I have that on the end of this stamp block. I know it's kind of a funny shape for it, but it makes it easy to grab. Okay, let me make sure we've got it. See if I can do it straight. Thinking of you, ABC, 1, 2, 3, and there we go. All right, I think that's it for the, and then I'll clean that up. If I don't clean things right away, I tend to get my fingers in them. All right, so we're back to the Misty Moonlight. I'm gonna stamp it on there. And whoops, see, and I've got it on the corner of this. Now, I will manage to get that on something else, so wipe that off. Be a little more careful. Oops, stamping there, then stamping there. Oops, okay, I missed it. I hope I'm in the picture with this. We call this stamping off. I mean, that's what I've heard it referred to as. Let's turn this. turning. I think we can fit one more there. Remember, there is no right or wrong to any of this. Once again, Misty Moonlight. Clean this stamp. Bring it over here. All right. Now for the coloring on this, what I used was Magenta Madness and Just Jade. All right. So what I do for the coloring, and I'm not going to make you watch me do this whole thing, but I go down with the light one first. Just kind of color it in. And now I am not, I'm not real good at coloring, but I just, if I do it, you know, just kind of around the edges here, I think it looks good. Some people say, oh, you have to do it where it would have a dark shadow. I don't quite get that. I'm going to go back with the light and just kind of blend that in. And there we go. Same for the green, Just Jade. Now, in case you're not familiar with these, they do have two tips on them. Sometimes I like using the brush tip. But right now I'll do this. And just fill that in. And these are very, very tiny, so I'm just going to do a little bit of a swipe of the dark. And then go back and blend it with this. I missed a little spot right there. And there we go. Oh, I missed that leaf up there. Sometimes it's hard to tell, like what's a leaf, what's a bud, but I'm gonna call it a leaf. Color that in. And kind of just swipe a little dark on there. And blend that. All right, well, there we go. You get the idea through the magic of video. Here we go. We have this one done. All right, let me move my markers aside. And all of those colors will be listed below, but of course you color it whatever you want, right? But this is just what I chose. All right, so we got our pieces. I think we're done stamping. I'll move that. Here we go. So we have our card base. So it's going to come together so fast. Then we have the piece that we ran through the embossing folder, the old world paper embossing folder. This started off as 4 and 5 1/4, but with the wrinkling, you know, it gets a little smaller. And I'm going to go ahead and stick this on with liquid adhesive because I think it makes it easier to grab it to adhere. If you use the seal, I think it might flatten it out a little bit, or part of it won't catch. All right, let's see if I can not hit the camera and go ahead and put this on fairly straight. How's that look? What do you think? All right, I'll put that down. And then we're going to bring in this piece of Just Jade. I'm going to put that on there. And I think we're going to put this on dimensionals. Now you do you. That's what my daughter says. You do you. Keep in mind, if you want to mail it, you know, if you have too many layers, I don't really know what the answer is, how many layers you can have where you don't pay extra postage. I really don't know that. But, you know, sometimes it's worth it. Get all these little pieces off there. Okay, these are the dimensionals, call them. So we're going to put that, I'm going for center, I think. I'm kind of a center type of person, huh? All right, and now we've got this. Oh, something we want to put on there is I've got this little piece of ribbon, and I always forget. It comes in a pack with other ribbon, so I kind of forget what it is, but I will figure it out, and I will list it below. All right, so kind of think if I want it to come out on this side, I'm just gonna stick some down there. I'm just gonna fold this over, and let's see how this is. See if we can catch it. What do you think? Oh yeah, that's gonna look really nice. Really nice. Now I'm just gonna stick this directly down because I want to pop up the hummingbird. So let's go ahead and use the Stampin' Seal. I'm going to put a little right on that ribbon too. All right. Now the Just Jade matches that. I think that on this other one I might have done, you know, I actually did Old Olive on that one, but I like the Just Jade here. And I'm gonna kind of center it, just eyeballing it. All right, and then we're gonna pop this up. Yeah, that's gonna be good. So let's go ahead and stick some dimensionals on here. Now, some of these spots are a little bit smaller. I'm gonna use half dimensionals. We do have mini dimensionals, which would probably make more sense, but I don't have them handy, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. And don't forget to cut the edge of your paper. This is a larger sheet. I think this might be left over from a paper pumpkin, but either way, good dimensionals. I just love this hummingbird. Actually, I wasn't going to get the hummingbird. I don't know, but I was so excited about it after a while. Let's see. So where do we want to put him? We want to make sure that his wings don't go over the edge of the card. And there's that little hummingbird just getting what it needs from the flower. Isn't that beautiful? So here's the first one we did. There we go. Like I said, that's the Old Olive in there. This is the Just Jade, which matches this one. And when you blend those colors in, you know, I would imagine no two hummingbird is going to be alike. So, all right, my crafty friends. Don't forget, Sale-a-Bration ends February 28th. So if there's something you want in here, you need to get going on that, because the month is getting away. How can you believe that we're well into February? Well, I hope you all have a blessed day. And until next time, stay crafty. Bye.